Greetings everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of All Things Lambda, the Half-Life community show where the host likes to turn on auto-tune a little bit and sing. That probably sounded really bad. Ooh. We got some genuinely great Half-Life community news content for you, so the less I stall with this intro, the better. Let's get started.
LambdaGeneration.
You have all probably seen the video I uploaded earlier this week in which I shared my first impressions of Black Mesa Blue Shift, a mod for Black Mesa created by the team behind Black Mesa Azure Sheep. Its first chapter was released 2 days ago, so of course I had to check this out. Now, you can basically call this a demo because there isn't actually a whole lot to do here except for walking around your little train cabin. But hey, if there isn't a whole lot to do, that must mean that there is a whole lot to see instead, right? Well, yes, that's exactly right. Black Mesa Blue Shift shows off incredibly detailed environments and great world building just from this one chapter alone, making the Black Mesa research facility feel alive and sprawling. And they use Black Mesa's improved graphical features a great deal here too, tanking the performance in some areas actually, which isn't very good, but they can still tweak that. I highly urge you to go and play this mod right now, or if you can't, you can always watch my first impressions video, which is on the same YouTube channel. A link to download Black Mesa Blue Shift is in the description below, and a card to the first impressions video is in the top right of this video. Oh, hey, we finally got some more Black Mesa news again. The game's definitive edition was launched quite some time ago, but the game might not have been as definitive as that some might have thought it was, because they pushed a new update into the public beta a couple of days ago. This update is kinda small though and addresses mainly the new UI introduced at the tail end of the game's development. It also adds experimental controller support to the game, the ability to change your multiplayer model is now in the new UI, and a new Translators page was added to celebrate all the people who helped translate the game. I gotta be in there somewhere. Oh, RoboPunch, that's me. My username is now officially in Black Mesa. Wait until I tell the cashier at the grocery store about this. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of translating. I know, I wish I had more time to contribute, but you know how life goes sometimes. It's worth saying that this update is still only available in the public beta at the time of writing, so you'll need to activate it in the game's properties on Steam. It's also possible that stuff can still be kinda glitchy, but most of those issues will most likely be resolved before the update hits the main branch. A link to the official changelog can be found down below. Now go ahead and try to find your name in the long list of translators. Even if you translated like 5 words, you're still in there. Modders, get rid of your hammer editors because something brand new just came out that you might want to use other than that janky old piece of software that we all actually love anyways. It's called Hammer++ and it's about to blow your hair out. Created by FiCool2, Hammer++ adds features like improved viewport graphics, 2D skybox previews, rope rendering, material proxy rendering, a redesigned model browser, a sprinkle tool, a physics simulation tool, and much, much more. Holy poop, this can make map creation for Source 1 so much more of a breeze. I actually seriously want to try this out and make some more Source 1 maps. I have been doing some Source 2 mapping and I got really invested in it actually, so maybe this can reignite my spark to go back to Source and finally finish up some maps that I've been working on. Anyway, if you want to see more of Hammer++ in action, there's a whole video available on Isotopes, the artist on the project's YouTube channel, that you can watch right now. Or just go straight to their website and look at the really long features list there. It's all linked down in the description below. What? We're not done with improvements yet? Okay, what do we have now? Oh, yeah, Ragdolls in Half-Life 1. Wait, Ragdolls in Half-Life 1? Yes, you're seeing it correctly, and what you're seeing is definitely not Half-Life Source. The creator of this modification, Avoids, bases this mod on the bullet physics library that is also used in the modern Grand Theft Auto games for props and such. It's pretty wild. Honestly, adding this to any Gold Source game would make it wildly better and more satisfying to play, and Half-Life Source would become totally obsolete if it wasn't already. At this point though, only the source code is available to download. There isn't really an easy way to put this into your copy of Half-Life to make all the zombies flip around realistically, but modders who know how to work with this code might be able to make something cool out of this. If you want to see the ModDB page for this mod, then click the link below, and if you want to see the tweet that Magic Nipples made about it that actually brought this to light, then you can check that out down below as well. Earlier in this episode, I spoke about Black Mesa Blue Shift, but we also got some news on Tripmine Studios projects as well. It's not really about guard duty though, at least not mainly. It's more about Operation Black Mesa and their fish AI. Because in the chapter called Crush Depth, you obviously need some fishies to make it seem a whole lot more alive. But apparently, according to the article posted on the Tripmine forums by level designer and programmer Smast98, the standard source engine fish entity was not really what they were looking for. So they coded their own fish entity with better AI and the whole shebang, making them so much more lifelike than whatever was in the source engine before. The post talks further about how it was done, and it shows an image of fish flying everywhere. Well, we ain't seeing that every day now, do we? We've also been given this higher resolution image of the aquarium that you saved the scientists from an opposing force, but then remade with Operation Black Mesa's graphics. They absolutely expanded on it, and it looks so much more detailed, as these remakes of course tend to do. If you want to read this fish AI post for yourself, then go ahead and check the description below. Last but not least, I would like to talk about another very interesting mod that's currently in development. Black Mesa Classic, the mod for Half-Life that takes the maps and models from Black Mesa and remakes them to fit in the Gold Source engine. They posted a new media update literally yesterday, and they got a bunch of new stuff to show us. They show us some models for the Hiku soldiers, the security guards, the assassin, and they even got some female scientists to show off as well. That's not all though, some mapping work has also been shown off here with screenshots of Blast Pit, and we've got hostiles. This screenshot from Blast Pit especially just reminds me a little bit of Half-Life Caged, and its little details everywhere. It's actually starting to look pretty good. Lastly, the team is asking you for help, mainly in the animation and level design department, so if you want to help them, then go ahead and join their Discord server. A link for that can be found in the ModDB post, and a link for that can be found down below. You know what time it is? It's time for a segue to our social media promotion. But I don't have a segue this week, so we're not really doing that. Follow us on our social media pages. They're both linked down below, our Twitter and our Facebook. There we post all kinds of content pretty much every day, even stuff that didn't make it into this week's All Things Lambda. We also have our very own Discord server with over 1,000 other community members that all just post loads of stuff, so I highly recommend you go and check that out as well. My Twitter and my YouTube are also both down below in case you want to check out what I do on a daily basis. I don't tweet daily, but I do tweet quite often, especially when I'm going to do a new live stream, and I will be live streaming this Saturday again, so be sure you check that out. It could be really fun. And with that all being said, I'm going to end episode 133 of All Things Lambda. Don't be sad though, because we'll be back next week with another episode. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and to ring that bell icon so you'll never miss another episode. Salutations, and take care.